Welcome back to Amazing Smart Channel. Today, we're going to repair a TV remote control with just a few simple steps, but the results are surprisingly effective. Let's get started. 1. The beginning of the problem one quiet afternoon. I walked into the living room, eager to turn on the TV and watch my favorite show. I picked up the remote control, pressed the power button with excitement. But something strange happened. The TV didn't turn on. The screen remained dark, no signal, no light at all. I tried several times, pressing harder, changing the angle, even moving closer to the screen. But nothing worked. 2. The replacement experiment, not wanting to give up. I thought of another way to test. I grabbed a thermometer device, which obviously has nothing to do with the TV, and tried to use it as a substitute for the remote, just as a funny experiment. I pointed it at the TV, pressed a button, and waited for a miracle. Of course, the TV still didn't turn on. That experiment only made me laugh. Clearly, no device can replace the function of the remote. The problem was inside the remote itself, and I had to fix it. Three, deciding to open the remote, brought the remote back to my work desk. Looking at it, I realized it had been a long time since I last cleaned or checked inside. Dust, moisture, or oxidation might have damaged the circuits. I took out my repair toolkit, small screwdrivers, tweezers, a cutter, and other tools. Step by step, I carefully removed the tiny screws and separated the plastic cover. Inside appeared a circuit board with rubber buttons, the ones we press every day. Four, the lemon trick while thinking of how to clean it. I remembered a traditional tip, using lemon to deodorize and clean. I grabbed a fresh lemon, cut it in half, and squeezed it into a cup. The fragrance spread, refreshing and clean. I dipped a cotton swab into the lemon juice and began to wipe the circuit board and the rubber buttons. Dust and dirt gradually disappeared. The lemon juice not only cleaned, but also gave a fresh feeling, like breathing new life into the old remote. Cleaning with alcohol after cleaning with lemon. I knew I needed a more professional step. I took medical alcohol, soaked a soft cloth, and wiped the entire circuit board. Alcohol removed grease and remaining dirt, disinfected, and dried quickly. The smell was a bit strong, but I felt reassured. The board now looked shiny, and the rubber buttons were clean, free of dust. Dot 5. Drying with a heat gun to make sure no moisture remained. I used a heat gun. Warm air blew evenly across the board, drying every corner quickly. I carefully adjusted the temperature to avoid damaging the components, seeing the board completely dry. I felt like I'd completed an important step, most like reviving a body after purification. Dot 6. Reassembling and testing. I inserted the batteries back into the remote, closed the plastic cover, and tightened the screws. The remote looked brand new, clean and sturdy. I walked to the TV, pressed the power button with anticipation, and, magically, the TV turned on, the screen lit up, and sound filled the room. That moment brought me great joy. After all the effort, the remote was working perfectly again. Reflections. This little story is not just about fixing a remote. It's proof of patience and creativity. If I had given up at the start, assuming the TV was broken and calling a repairman, I would have wasted time and money. But by patiently experimenting, I found the cause and solved it myself. The TV remote is a small but essential device. It's used daily, exposed to hands, dust, and humidity. Without regular cleaning, the circuits can easily fail. Through this experience, I realized that maintaining electronic devices is necessary. A little care, a simple cleaning, can extend their lifespan and save costs. The blend of science and everyday life. What's interesting is that I used both limona, natural ingredient, medical alcohol, scientific product to clean. This combination shows that in life, we can use both traditional tips and modern knowledge to solve problems. Conclusion from picking up the remote and finding the TV wouldn't turn on, to the funny experiment with the thermometer, then dismantling the remote, cleaning with lemon and alcohol, drying with a heat gun, reassembling, and finally the joyful moment when the TV worked again. This was a long journey, full of detail and emotion. It's not just a repair story, but also a lesson in patience, creativity, and the happiness of solving problems with your own hands. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye and see you next time.